Nick, what do you think? I mean, Einhorn is saying it's nothing personal, but by the way, I'm taking you to court, and you need to figure out a way to do something with this $137 billion. What's the most likely outcome?
Well, he's not saying you have to do something with $137 billion. He's saying you have to give more of it to me. I mean, it's not, it's not just sort of a magnanimous gesture on behalf of all shareholders. It's a way to get more money for, his hedge fund, which has been buying a lot of Apple lately. It's actually a really complicated and interesting legal question, right? So what Apple has done is they've bundled three provisions together, one of which is one that would mean that in order for the directors to give out preferred shares, it would have to be held to a vote of the common shareholders. So it makes it a lot harder for the directors to give out preferred shares. They've bundled that with two sort of non-controversial provisions, one on the direct election of directors and another on the way options are priced. So can you really bundle those three things together, two of which are kind of discrete, happen at the moment, one of which is more of a policy question? That's actually a complicated legal question, and Einhorn might be right. I mean, I think the overall thing that he's trying to do, he's probably not going to end up persuading Tim Cook to give him more preferred shares. He's probably playing some kind of longer game, trying to gain influence, trying to sway decisions in the long run, not trying to get more money at the moment. But the technical legal matter at hand at the moment is actually pretty interesting.
We hear a lot about the investing point of view of it from the shareholder point of view, the legal arguments around it, the activist arguments around it. Is there a sentiment in the tech community to say, leave us alone? The company is doing pretty well. I mean, for all is said and done, this is a phenomenally performing company.
Well, of course, all the people in Silicon Valley are like, oh my gosh, we love getting your money. It's very nice of you to invest in us, but please bug off. We know how to run these things. I mean, Apple is the most arrogant company in the world. They think they know how to do absolutely everything. They certainly think they know how to manage their money. They think they know how to relate to their shareholders. They don't need this, David Einhorn showboater to come in and tell them what to do. That's obviously their view. Now, is it the right view? I don't know.
I mean, it's a confidence question as well. We know that Apple's not the only company that has a lot of cash on the balance sheet, and maybe, it's working something else out that we don't know about.
Well, there are a lot of reasons for Apple to have the cash on the balance sheet that are to their advantages, right? There are tax advantages, why they can't bring it all back. There are a lot of advantages in their ability to manufacture products in advance, right? Can they use this cash to build factories that nobody else has? Can they put upfront money to get people to build, kinds of glass that no one else has? This cash hoard is actually really valuable, both as leverage and for them to do specific things. They clearly have thought about it. Tim Cook, who used to manage operations, clearly has thought about it. He clearly has a very firm view on what they should do with their cash. On the other hand, that's a lot of money, $137 billion just sitting around. And if I were David Einhorn in a position to get some of it, I'd probably be fighting for it, too.
Nick, we want to turn the page and just talk about what is going on with hackers. I mean, we've been reading all weekend about Burger King, but I mean, it's just sort of the latest example.
Slightly, right. Okay, so there are two big hacker stories, right? There's Burger King. Someone hacks their Twitter account, and it's hilarious, and they send out all these funny tweets, and it's bad for the company, and it's bad for social media, but it's going to go away, and Burger King actually just gained a lot of Twitter followers, so maybe it will work out for them. The big story, of course, is the Chinese hackers. And this is a story that's been put out by a security firm, which means you need to take it with a grain of salt. But, real specific evidence that lots of the hacks coming on major corporations have come from a group affiliated with the Chinese army. And these are hacks where they've been trying to figure out everything from technology to the negotiating strategies of companies that are trying to make deals in China. That's serious stuff.